Hey up. Now then, what we're going to look at now is a jab on the bag. All right. Now, here's the thing. Lots of people throw a beautiful jab, right? But they're quite stationary with it. You look back at old school, and you look at the people who had a perfect, beautiful jab, the likes of Larry Holmes and Ali, and or you go back to Archie Moore and blah blah blah. They move around with it so well, so well. And today that seems to be lost. There's not many people actually move with the jab. They're all fairly static, throw their jab, and that's it. They basically stay where they are. Well, from the very beginning in boxing, you're taught, when you go to the left, you can throw a jab when that foot lands. When you go forward, you can throw a jab. When you move back, you can throw a jab. But then you all stand there and throw jabs. You might move in a bit now and again, of course, but you're not moving with it. So again, what I preach, what I teach, before we get on to what I'm teaching you, get yourself subscribed. You want to. It'll do you the world of good. You know how to do it. I'm not even going to keep going on about it. But what I like to see, I'll do it slowly, badly first of all, is that I want to see people moving around the bag, keeping themselves out and moving around the bag, so that they can move not only the more natural way, to their left as an orthodox, or to their right as a southpaw, but they can move both ways from their own stance. So for orthodox, you can move to the left, no problem, throwing your jabs, but you can also move the other way, throwing your jabs as well. So the drill to understand and learn to jab well is that you work your way in, make sure you're working your way in, and I like to say to people, they do a minimum 2, usually 3 jabs. So they work their way in, find out, get the distance, think of it, visualize it, think they're missing, blocking punches, and then they pop, 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 and then work their way out. So they pop in 3 jabs, body, head, body, it doesn't matter. They get used to visualizing it and sending the jabs out. So that's the first part of the drill, that they will do that on a stationary bag, first of all, or with somebody holding a pad. Make sure you do them right. It's another story. So slow motion and badly, they go bang, bang, bang on the way round. Then you add to it by coming back roughly to where you started. So again, you work your way in, pop, 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 work your way, pop, 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 work your way back. So you're going that way and back. So you're always practicing that, going that direction, which is your weakest direction. And then, of course, you start to build it up, because the bag is now going to be moving, isn't it? Because opponents tend to move, don't they? So then, as you're going around it, you've got to adjust your jab, look, for the distance that is there. As the distance changes, you've got to adjust your footwork and everything else to compensate for that, haven't you? It's little point saying, I'm training moving on the jab and going and standing there, and you're not really doing it, are you? Because if somebody got that close, you wouldn't be jabbing them. So you've got to start to really think and really move your feet and move around with it, so that as you're working your way in, pop, 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 you maintain that distance or more on the bag, working your way all the time. And you do that going round, coming back, going round, coming back. And you build up the speed and the intensity, so that the jabs become, some of them are, little flicky jabs, some of them are power jabs, and anything in between. They can be set up jabs. They can be your feints where there's the feint, there's the jab, but you haven't had to change your distance to do it. The feint can be here and then jab. Whatever you want, double it up, treble it up, but I like to see a good 2, 3, 4 jabs moving round and moving back. And remember, keep yourself defended at all times. Get your head offline when you do it. Visualize that opponent properly. And when you exit, make sure you exit safely. And of course, on the entry, make sure you enter safely. Don't walk up to it and do it. You've got to work your way in. Work your way in, work your way in before you can get that jab off. And move with it, don't just stand there. Move, 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 move. All right? Let us know how you get on. Catch you on the next one.